Okey, Dr. Latisha boleh mula ke? Okey, saya rasa kita boleh mulakan. Okey, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat datang kepada semua yang menyaksikan webinar pada hari ini. Okey, tajuk webinar kita pada hari ini ialah I'm the expert. Okey. Dan kita fokuskan kepada the experts from UiTM Perlis branch. Okey, semua boleh dengar ke? Hello.
Boleh.
Okey. Okey, sementara kita menunggu yang lain untuk join sama dengan meeting webinar kita pada hari ini. So saya akan mulakan dulu dengan sedikit perkongsian mengenai research area yang terdapat di dalam bidang sains komputer. Okey. So terlebih dahulu saya memperkenalkan diri saya. Saya Hawa Muhammed Ekhsan, pensyarakanan di Faculty of Computer and Mathematical Sciences dan saya dalam bidang sains komputer. Okey. So apa yang terdapat dalam bidang sains komputer tu sebenarnya ada terlalu banyak bidang yang kita boleh explore. Tapi saya punya research interest lebih kepada tiga kategori ni lah. Okay. Yang pertama web development with SMS technology. Okay. Yang kedua ialah mobile application dan yang ketiga ialah multimedia application. Okay. Sebenarnya ketiga-tiga research area ni saya explore bersama-sama dengan student degree sains komputer di bawah FFP supervision lah. Okay. So saya bersama-sama dengan student membuat projek-projek yang berkaitan dengan ketiga-tiga salah satu bidang ni lah. Okay. So yang pertama ialah bidang web development with SMS technology. So saya sure, saya percaya semua telah familiar dengan perkataan web based system dan juga SMS technology kan. So seperti yang tuan-puan tengok di skrin tu ialah contoh-contoh FYP title yang telah dibangunkan, yang telah disiapkan oleh pelajar-pelajar saya lah. Okay. So kalau kita tengok sebenarnya SMS yang digunakan untuk projek-projek ini lebih kepada notification. Okay, pemberitahuan daripada sistem kepada pengguna sistem tersebut. Okay. Contohnya tiga tajuk yang pertama tu student attendance monitoring, school notification system dan juga secondary school discipline problem tu semua berkaitan dengan perkara-perkara yang berlaku di sekolah lah. Okay. And then yang keempat dan kelima tu kita buat untuk healthcare. So sebenarnya SMS ni kita boleh apply untuk pelbagai lagi bidang, okay, terutamanya business lah. Okay. Dan kita juga boleh apply di bidang-bidang yang kita mungkin tak sangka kita boleh apply. Okay. Contohnya dekat sekolah, dekat healthcare dan sebagainya lah. Okay. So notification melalui SMS ni sebenarnya boleh dihantar melalui by individual kepada terus kepada individu tertentu ataupun by group of person ataupun kepada keseluruhan pengguna sistem tersebut. Okay. Nah yang penting satu kelebihan SMS ni ialah dia terus kepada targeted recipient. Kita boleh terus target siapa kita punya recipient. Okay, so ada persoalan yang timbul iaitu adakah SMS ni masih lagi relevan dalam zaman sekarang ni lah. Okay. So kita nak tengok relevan ke tak relevan, kita orang selalu compare dengan current social media yang ada, contohnya WhatsApp, Telegram dan sebagainya lah. Okay. So kalau untuk social communication pada asalnya dulu, SMS ni memang kita guna untuk social communication. Okay, kita nak tanya orang, nak bersembang semua melalui SMS. Okay, tetapi sekarang ni sebab dah adanya WhatsApp yang lebih mudah dan free, so penggunaan SMS tu semakin berkurangan. Okay, dan kita boleh tengok memang sangat jarang orang guna SMS lah untuk social communication, untuk bersembang dan sebagainya, sebab dia melibatkan kos. Satu SMS dia ada beberapa certain cost yang dia dikenakan oleh telco lah. Okay, dan satu lagi kelebihan SMS ni ialah dia tidak depends on the internet connection. Okay, sebab even though kita tak ada pun internet data, tapi still lagi SMS tu boleh dihantar kepada kita melalui telefon kita lah. Okay, selagi kita ada telco provider, telco line tu, telecommunication line tu, so kita akan dapat SMS tu. Okay, and then kalau kita semak kita punya telefon, kita check telefon kita bahagian messaging, bahagian SMS, so kita boleh tengok SMS apa yang banyak kita dapat. Okay, so yang penting, yang pertama sekali ialah daripada banking system. Okay, kita biasanya buat fund transfer, kita buat online buying, kita ada apa-apa online transaction yang melibatkan bank. So sebenarnya kita menggunakan SMS, masih lagi menggunakan SMS sebab setiap kali kita buat transaction tu, banking system tu dia akan minta TAC code, TAC number, tag number tu. So tag number tu dihantar melalui SMS. Okay, dan banyak lagi lah daripada company-company, contohnya company insurans dan sebagainya. Dan juga dari telco provider itu sendiri, contohnya Celcom, Maxis dan sebagainya, dia nak notify bill ataupun nak notify offer dan sebagainya melalui SMS. Okay, dan yang paling latest ni yang sedang berlaku sekarang ni ialah mengenai COVID-19. Okay, kita sekarang dalam PKP, so semua orang berjaga-jaga dan nak tahu update dan sebagainya. So kita dapat message tu daripada MKN, Majlis Keselamatan Negara. So kat situ kita boleh tengok MKN dia dah disseminate information yang merupakan guideline ataupun pemberitahuan kepada semua rakyat Malaysia melalui telco provider masing-masing. So kat sini kita tengok SMS ni walaupun dia bukannya purposely untuk social communication lagi, tapi dia masih lagi diperlukan untuk menyampaikan maklumat-maklumat yang penting. Okay? Okay, itu yang pertama. Okay, yang kedua ialah mobile application. Okay, yang ni pun sangat famous, sangat popular sekarang ni. Okay, semua orang bercakap mengenai mobile apps. Okay, so semua application yang ada dalam phone kita tu, itu kita consider sebagai mobile application lah. Okay, so mobile application pun sebenarnya dia ada banyak kategori. Contohnya untuk education, untuk entertainment, untuk gaming dan sebagainya. Okay, dan penggunaan dia semakin meluas sebab dia sangat mudah untuk di-download, sangat mudah untuk digunakan, dan mostly adalah free. Okay, so untuk saya punya exploration, saya lebih banyak kepada learning tools. Okay, mobile application yang menjurus kepada learning tools, dan juga kalau kita tengok contoh nombor 1, nombor 2 tu, tajuk tu lebih kepada learning tools. Macam mana kita nak ajar numeracy module, matematik dan juga Arabic grammar. Okay, so ada banyak lagi contoh untuk education tu, untuk learning tools. Dan yang kedua, yang tiga dan keempat tu ialah saya integrate dengan IoT, Internet of Things. So kat sini kita punya mobile apps tu kita integrate dengan tracker, GPS tracker untuk track kat mana kita parking kenderaan kita dan kat mana wallet kita yang selalu hilang tu. Okay, so kita boleh track kat mana wallet kita berada lah. Okay, so yang ni sebenarnya kita daripada apa yang saya buat dengan student, saya dapati student kita ni sangat banyak potensial lah. Dia orang ada potensial untuk develop apps yang bagus-bagus. Okay, cuma kita kena guide mereka lah. Okay, dan yang ketiga adalah multimedia application. Okay, so yang ni pun sangat famous. Okay, dan biasanya untuk multimedia application ni asalnya dulu adalah untuk courseware, learning courseware, tapi sekarang ni dia lebih kepada mobile app version lah, okay, untuk mobile device. So saya punya pembangunan multimedia application ni lebih kepada learning tools untuk attract kanak-kanak. Okay, so kalau kita tengok phonic reading for preschool, and then e-crowd learning, dan juga untuk screening dan dyslexia. Okay, so kenapa multimedia application ni menarik sebab sebenarnya multimedia application tu, multimedia itu sendiri adalah terdiri daripada beberapa elemen yang iaitu graphics, picture, lepas tu ada sound, and then dia ada video, animation dan sebagainya lah. Dan kita tahu kanak-kanak ni dia suka sesuatu yang menarik. Okay, so sebab tu kita apply multimedia ni dalam learning tools untuk kanak-kanak supaya mereka lebih tertarik dan mereka boleh engage dengan the learning process. Okay, sebab kita tahu even orang tua pun bila kita belajar dia punya duration untuk beri tumpuan 100% tu sangat sedikit kan. Kanak-kanak dia memang dalam otak dia nak bermain je. So kita cuba maksimiskan penggunaan multimedia ni supaya the learning process lebih efisien dan efektif untuk kanak-kanak lah. Okay. And then currently the current trend in multimedia sebenarnya dia dah menjurus kepada AR, augmented reality dan juga VR, virtual reality. Okay. So yang tu pun menjadi salah satu bidang yang saya sedang tengok lah. Dan juga satu lagi adalah gamification. Okay. Maksudnya kita applykan konsep game dalam setiap application yang kita nak bangunkan. Okay. So gamification tu kanak-kanak dia sukalah kan. Bila bila jawab soalan dia dapat reward. Okay. Bila dah habis jawab soalan tu dia akan tengok berapa total dia. And then bila dia pass satu level tu dia boleh pergi level lain. Okay. So gamification ni pun sebenarnya satu bidang yang sangat luas untuk di-explore. So banyak benda yang kita boleh apply. Elemen-elemen dia pun terlalu banyak untuk kita pilih lah. Okay. So saya rasa itu saja yang saya nak kongsikan untuk saya punya presentation ni. So saya rasa saya nak saya teruskan dengan kita punya speaker iaitu Profesor Madya, Dr. Razif Muhammed Nordin untuk menyampaikan perkongsian beliau.
Boleh dengar tak? Saya tu.
Betul, kuat sikit Doktor.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Boleh dengar tak?
Boleh.
Alhamdulillah. Saya nak cuba cari slide dulu sekejap. Nampak tak dapat ni. Kita dapat pergi ya. Dapat cari. Sekejap. Boleh tengok saya punya slide ke?
Belum lagi.
Belum lagi?
Tak ada lagi.
Okey.
Okey, nampak dah.
Okey, baik ya. Dah nampak, alhamdulillah. Assalamualaikum semua, very good morning. Okay, everyone. Kita ada pun ada 9 orang lah kot. Lebih kurang. Terima kasihlah semua kerana menjemput saya and spending your time with me and listen a bit about me. Before I start, I would like to thank Dr. Latisha and postgraduate unit for inviting me and give the opportunity to share a bit about me lah. And then the title about I am the expert tu for me is a bit high, but kita try lah tengok macam mana. Hopefully it meets your expectation. Also, I would like to thank Prof. Jose and Prof. Dr. Azlan for keep motivate me to pursue my career in UiTM. And to all our seafood, kita sedekahkan Al-Fatihah untuk mereka. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And my supervisor, Professor Hanafi Ismail, he's the only supervisor for my master and PhD. I also have a co-supervisor, 3 co-supervisor, but never mind. They also give a lot of input during my master and PhD. So let's start. For this presentation, I will go to episode. Make it more relaxed. It's no more like introduction, background study, method research, and discussion. At the end of the day, conclusions is not. We go with the episode 1, 2, 3 until episode 4. So the field of my interest related to composite processing and gear properties. My focus, rubber technology, thermoplastic blank, polyethylene, and photocatalyst. For rubber technology, I have done that during my master. And thermoplastic, when I do PhD, and the latest one, the current one, photocatalyst with my master student, Nadia. So, episode 1, this is after degree. I jumped into the rubber technology. If you remember, my degree in industrial chemistry, I just touched a little bit about rubber during my degree. But later on, I moved from a degree in chemistry to the technology. During that time, I need to take a look or read everything, starting from a degree level for rubber technology to a master level and master it within a year and a half. So for rubber technology, this is something I love to do. Within my study and currently, I publish about 13 articles, Q1 paper, Q1 index 2, and Q2, 3, and the rest are Q4 and Q3. If you take a look from my Google citation or Google Scholar, you will see that one of my articles, the highest one, cure characteristic, tensile properties, and swelling behavior of recycled rubber powder, field natural rubber compound. This article was published in 2002 and it's still valuable or currently still being used. And some of it about comparison with the carbon black or comparison with the carbon black and the calcium carbonate in natural rubber. And then the modifications in terms of organization system. I'm a bit sorry because it became a bit technical. But episode 1, 2, 3, technical, the rest just a normal one. For recycled rubber, this is what I did during my master. So this is the formulation for it. To compound rubber, you need to process it within 25 minutes. Okay. Over here, the ingredient, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ingredient that you need to make sure within these 7 ingredient you need to mix it within 25 minutes. Okay, and the process is about 300 gram per mixing. Mixing process needs to be done by using your hand. This turamid. Okay. It's a turamid, typical turamid. It's very physical demanding if you process with a turamid, but then the good part is that you can produce your sample 300 gram per mixing within 35 minutes. Very fast. This 300 gram ni, you boleh pakai banyak untuk buat testing. You boleh guna untuk thermal properties, mechanical properties, swelling, and typical characteristic FTIR, TAC, TGA, itu normal lah. Okay. Ini rubber. Ini rubber tu. Ini dah pre-mix dah rubber ni. So the process ni ambil masa 35 minutes, must complete within 35 minutes. Tak boleh pakai glove. If you pakai glove, chances dia jari you pecah. Ada kemungkinan. So bila you process ni, tapak tangan you akan jadi keras. Macam tangan orang tua-tua atau tangan orang yang biasa bekerja kebun lah. Nampak senang kan? Tapi yang ni kalau you tak cukup kuat, you tak dapat proses dia. Tak dapat proses, I mean that in terms of homogeneity. And from there, you boleh dapat result testing, contohnya tensor strength. Even until today, the first article being used, being cited. Why? Quite simple. Because if you're familiar in a rubber technology, especially in natural rubber, without a feeder, minimum strength that you need to accomplish about 16 or quite acceptable 19 megapascal. Okay. Below than that, mean that the way you process is not fit, not up to the par. This is my recyclable powder, and then I use over here the recyclable powder about 250 to 500 micrometer. Okay. And with the increasing filler loading, content of recyclable powder, the strength of natural rubber composite decrease. It's no more because recyclable powder in a agglomerate form, the binding process is not occur. Or the initial increment of strength at 10 PSR is the 10 PSR over here, just due to particle size of recyclable powder. And later I did a comparison with a reinforcing filler, carbon black, and 550. It's a code for it. The size about 59 to 55 nanometer, and calcium carbonate inert filler 1 to 10 micrometer. And for sure, when you incorporate reinforcing filler, the natural rubber composite will increase. Okay? But in all, the second rubber powder you still can incorporate it into the natural rubber to give quite acceptable mechanical properties, or tensile strength in this case. And then episode 2, my life. Okay. Continue my PhD, doing my PhD in 2008, somewhere around there. And then I finished about 2012 in a thermoplastic lab. As first supposed to be, I applied for rubber technology, still work in rubber technology for PhD. But when I registered with my Professor Hanafi Ismail, we sit down and he told me that, Razif, it is enough for you to do in rubber. You have sufficient knowledge about rubber, and then later on you can explore by yourself. Something like that. I just rephrase, and then so now you need to learn a new things, a new field. Pick up a plastic and then figure out how to blend it, make it biodegradable. So okay, Prof. So I say, okay, Prof, what to do? You're doing PhD, you need to follow your main supervisor. And then because of that, I took it as a challenge. So I choose polyethylene and mix it with polyvinyl alcohol. And then throughout the study, I managed to publish about 5 articles. And ada juga conference paper. Ada yang juga lebih kurang 10 lah macam tu. And from there, the article that we publish, processability and miscibility of LLDPE, polyvinyl alcohol, blend via in situ compatibilization with amino acid. That's the highest, the second highest cited paper. The first one is a possibility and miscibility study of uncompatibilized LLDPE PVA blends. Why the terms uncompatibilized and miscibility over here? The miscibility, because LLDP is a non-polar polymer, while for polyvinyl alcohol is a polar polymer. So these two material or polymer is not miscible. Okay, and then compatibilized, uncompatibilized, means that it's still wrong. There is no compatibilizer added into the system or to the formulation, or coupling agents added to the modification. No treatment being done to the material. Okay. So for this process, during my PhD, I use Ethylene itself. Okay, let's take a look on the Ethylene itself. This is the Ethylene itself. Okay. For processing plastic, you need to take account on the melting point of the material, because the plastic polyethylene, the melting temperature about 123 degrees Celsius. So you need to increase about 10 to 20 degrees. So I choose 150 degree. And the process is very fast, about 6 minutes. But because you need to make sure the mixing chamber, this is a mixing chamber, completely heat at 150 degree, you need to wait about 1 hour. So the process took time, and then you need to do a cleaning process for every batch that you did. And the worst part is that the process, per process, you can only produce about 45 grams. It is very small in a thermoplastic technology or thermoplastic line. So because of that, the article published just about 5 articles. So if you target to produce a lot of articles, you should go to rubber technology. It is very fast. So these are few results related to my work with PhD. These are top and mixing time of your meter. Oh, sorry, not your meter. Internal mixer. Okay. Ada 6 recipe over here, starting from 100% PE, and then gradually reduce the amount of PE and increase the amount of PVA. And then there's a toolkit over here. If you want to take a look why there are toolkits, you can go through my articles. It is a free. If you cannot download, just call me. I will send it to you. Yeah. This is a process there. About 600 minutes, kita stop. No, 600 seconds, kita stop. 6 minutes lah. Okay. 600 seconds, kita stop. And then very fast, you need to take out your material or your blend. This is the top. Yeah. Okay. And then during my study tu, ada satu problem besar. Bila you buat blending system ni, untuk polymer ni, you nak take a look on the miscibility between the two systems. And to check miscibility based on TG, glass transition temperature. But polyethylene, heat capacity dia very low. And the TG value dia about minus 155 degree Celsius to 70 degrees Celsius. That's the range of polyethylene. So because of that, because of very low TG of PE, I use melting temperature as an indicator of miscibility between the two systems. Okay. So over there, during my study, or in my paper too, if they take a look, a bit of controversial result over there. Because normally miscibility TG. Okay. Kalau you interested untuk guna TM, bolehlah baca balik baca artikel saya tu. So when I incorporate compatibilizer into the blend system, the TM, temperature of the compound to start to decrease. And I consider that is a decrease, starting to decrease. Okay, sorry, ada pop-up pula keluar ni. Start to decrease. And this equipment ni consider as a miscibility because it seems that the melting temperature for PE and PVA start to come closer. So in this case, it becomes partially visible. And if you take a look at the tensile strength or mechanical properties there, part of it, between the magnetic acid and control over here, the control ini without the compatibilizer, significant increment of mechanical properties can be seen as you add compatibilizer to the system. So, but when the increment of compatibilizer is, the processing is quite harder, which is normal. And then there are chemical reactions that are established during my work or published in the paper. And these are comparison of SEM. This is without the first one, below it. This is without compatibilizer. There are clear phase separation. These are PVA, and this one's in the matrix. Okay. PVA start to agglomerate, it becomes a sphere, or no particular shape. In this case, it's quite beautiful, almost sphere. Bulat cantik. And the cavity shows a phase separation between two materials. Cavity ni become clear after cross section, and it is not there during the sample preparations because it's still in the theoretical volume. And then PVA kita akan dapat fibril juga sekali sedikit. And then bila ini modification because the first one, this one is the SEM from the tensile fracture, and the second one is also this one, also about the tensile fracture surface. And still from here you boleh dapat fibril. Sebelum ni tak dapat fibril. And that shows some interaction between the PE and PVA. And later we did, not we lah, I did lah, video saya. Extractions to capture the crossing material, the interaction between the PVA and PE. So this is a crossing material, as you can see over here. And again, kalau nak tengok, nak faham lagi lanjut, bolehlah buka artikel tu. And episode 3, okay, current episode lah, photocatalyst. This one is a project that I did with Nadia, or Nadia work. And from here, we managed to publish about 3 articles. Okay. The first article related to several commercial rubber as substrate for seed on-site in a photocatalytic degradation NB battery blue under visible radiation or visible light. Yang ini published in a Express Polymer Letter Q1 paper quite tough this journal. It is a open access, a free blind reviewer. And the second and third one tu quite simple, Material Science Forum. Tak ada apa sangat lah, biasa-biasa je. Apa tu. Dan dia ni. Yang cute ni. Tinggi dia about 150 cm and underweight. When dia came and see me, want to do master with me, she told me that, Doktor, saya nak buat rubber teknologi. I said, okay lah, you daftar dulu. Saya ingatkan dia cakap-cakap lah. Rupanya dia nak buat betul-betul. Okay lah, tak apa. Dia datang buat, dah daftar settle semua sekali, datang. Saya tengok dia ni underweight. Risau lah waktu itu, because rubber ni physical demanding dia tinggi. And then, saya kata tak apa, okay. Bawa dulu ke lab rubber and ajar dia buat mixing. And dia buat mixing untuk rubber, typical natural rubber. Take a look. Dia boleh tahan ke tak, dia fit atau tidak untuk mixing tu. Mixing is very important. The first in rubber technology or polymer technology, processing material tu mesti homogenized. Kalau tak homogenized, tak payah cakap banyak, dia punya result lain, haru biru. Cloud semuanya. Tak perlu sakit kepala. Bila saya tengok praktikan dia dalam tempoh 2-3 minggu tu, untuk dia belajar mixing semua sekali, saya buat keputusan, dia tak sesuai untuk totally in rubber technology. Dia boleh fit sedikit saja, dia ada energi cukup-cukup untuk buat partially mixing untuk rubber technology. So, I introduced to her photocatalytic, whereby she need to mix natural rubber, pure rubber, with zinc oxide. And she managed to do it successfully. Okay, ini dia. That's me, tak answer. Ini Dr. Basri, and this is a picture during the Viva. So from there, from her work, ini adalah sheet of piece of rubber lah, zinc oxide. Ini SBR zinc oxide. Okay. SBR zinc oxide. Sekeping saja, very flexible, elastic, and it float, which is very good untuk you buat degradation process outdoor. Dan ini adalah dia punya main reactor dia. Reactor lah, kita punya proses dia. Untuk dia punya study. And untuk Nadia ni, saya punya fokus kat situ saja pada IR and UVs. The main work dia adalah IR. Staff part dia IR. FTIR. Fourier Transform Infrared. Yang ini typical kalau Azira, saya rasa Azira ada tadi. Azira ada, dia akan tahulah ini normal untuk FTIR for natural rubber, SBR, EPDM, and ENR. And again, yang ini pun normal juga. Yang B1 tu, graf yang sebelah dia tu, the left side tu, right side tu, pun a normal graph. Semua dah normal. So, masalah dia, macam mana data yang normal, nak highlight dia become extraordinary. So, we extract, saya minta Nadia extract, the index for C double bond C, right, aliphatic or aromatic, and we comparing with the kinetic value, the derivation value. From there, we found out that SBR it is the best substrate for Z-OSA. Jadi pun bolehlah you nak quote paper ni. Reference absorption ni dipilih berdasarkan CH2 without took part in the reactions, or there is no abstractions or loss of CH2 or hydrogen from there. Episode 4, the final episode, to be my student, so kita kena fulfill postgraduate requirement. For me, if you fulfill minimum requirements by UiTM, I accept it. But what is most important, I need your integrity, your hardworking, and your flexibility. Okay? Because because I need you to be like water, just like boleh tengok ke? Boleh dengar ke?
Boleh, boleh.
Oh, okey. Saya takut dia tak boleh. Kita ulang balik. Here, bila saya pegang agak fasa-fasa lebih sama lah dengan Bruce Lee dia. Empty your mind doesn't mean that you don't think. It's just that you need to keep on reading.
Doktor masih tunjuk slide ke dah tunjuk benda lain?
Saya tunjuk video.
Tak ada. Video tu tak keluar.
Tak keluar?
Ah.
Okey, saya cuba. Ada video ni kat sini ni. Kenapa dia tak boleh? Ya. Oh, dia tak boleh. Boleh ke?
Tak ada lagi.
Tak ada lagi? Okey, macam mana nak buat ni? Sabar. Tak ada di sini lah. Ada?
Okay, folder dah nampak dah.
Nampak, okay, kita buat sekali lagi. Again lah, untuk empty your mind ni, keep on reading, whatever you learn from a degree tu, kita kena belajar balik, buka buku balik, jangan segan untuk buka buku, jangan segan untuk bertanya, dan tak semestinya you kena tanya dengan your supervisor saja. You boleh tanya dengan pensyarah lain. Tak ada masalah selagi dia orang mampu untuk layan kamu lah. Yang ni wujud kepada your punya flexibility, because during your work, your master or degree, your master or PhD, ada banyak halangan yang akan hadapi in terms of processing tu sendiri, in terms of testing tu sendiri. So you need to make a minor adjustment, and sometimes tu you kena redo balik yang eksperimen awal so as fit the final test, final recipe. Yang ni crash ni, you don't worry, selagi you jadi student saya, selagi you ikut apa yang saya bagi tahu, you tak crash. Saya akan pull you out from before you crash, and for sure punya you akan dapat you punya master insyaAllah and a PhD you. You welcome my friend. And then because during your work, kenapa dia tak pergi ya? Sekejap, saya nak cuba, dia ada slide satu lagi. Okay, because during your PhD, you nampak hopefully you enjoy lah. Your master, your work, you akan hadapi banyak masalah. This is you. Supposed to be me lah. Enjoy. It is your dream to do your PhD or master, to get a piece of paper that certify you are PhD, doctorate.
Doktor tengah tunjuk something ke doktor?
Ya, saya dah tunjuk something. Tak nampak dah?
Tak ada, tak nampak folder je.
Nampak folder je?
Ya.
Okey. Sekejap, saya tunjuk dia. Kenapa dia jadi macam ni?
Tadi yang slideshow tu dah tutup tak?
Slideshow tadi dah tutup. Slideshow yang tadi. Okey, dah tutup dah.
Doktor dah tak ada dah. Tunggu sebentar ya, ada masalah teknikal. Welcome back, doktor. Doktor tak dengar, doktor.
Dah dengar dah?
Okey, dah dengar.
So sorry guys. Jadi saya ni walaupun dah ada 3 bulan kita menggunakan Gemik ni, masih tak berapa cekap lagi. Tapi tak apa. Okay. With that, terima kasih Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, terima kasih diucapkan kepada Prof. Madia, Dr. Razif di atas perkongsian yang menarik itu tadi. Seterusnya dipersilakan Dr. Fatihah Fauzi dari Faculty of Computer and Mathematical Sciences untuk menyampaikan perkongsiannya hari ini. Dipersilakan.
Okay, terima kasih. Alright, kejap. Okay. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih saya nak ucapkan kepada pertama Dr. Latisha and also postgraduate committee lah. Okay. Sudi memberi peluang kepada saya untuk share lah apa yang saya buat waktu saya PhD lah. Nak kata expert tu tak expert lah. Okay, terima kasih juga kepada semua partisipan, terutama rakan-rakan pensyarah. Okay, so saya harap perkongsian saya ni dapat membantulah, mungkin serba sedikit. Mungkin ada rakan-rakan pensyarah ataupun student yang interest lah untuk join ataupun melibatkan diri dalam area yang saya buat. Okay, so during PhD, the research that I have been done is actually focusing on the solution of convection boundary layer flows in nanofluid, viscose and also porous. Okay, so actually the solution that I'm seek is about dual solution. Okay. So this one, the overview of my presentation today. Okay, meet the presenter. So I'm here now. So I will share a little bit about my story and also what is the element of my subject and also call to action. Okay, so if you can see here, I joined the Faculty of Computer and Mathematical Sciences, okay, as a lecturer in 2019. Okay, so my research interests are in the area of the fluid dynamics, boundary layer flows and heat transfer, and also mathematical modeling. But the close area with me is the boundary layer flows. Okay, so my current research is performing the stability analysis. Okay, during the PhD, I'm done for the solution, but now I'm focusing on the stability analysis for the problem considered in viscose fluid, porous media, and also nanofluid. Sorry. Okay, so this one, the code that I just want to share with you. If you can form an idea in your mind, so you just follow that firm idea shoot by shoot. Okay, scene for scene, that idea is worth making. Okay, so I just will give the basic introduction. Okay, about my research. Okay, so governing equation, because I'm in mathematics, so we involve in the equation or more to mathematical equation. What is the research flow that involved in my area, and I just can give you some related problem. Okay, and also what is the future recommendation. Okay, so actually, because I'm studying about the boundary layer, so if we can see here, so boundary layer actually a thin region, okay, near the surface, okay, where why we study boundary layer, because within this surface, okay, the viscosity, thermal conductivity, mass diffusivity, microorganism diffusivity effect are significant. So that's why we study about the boundary layers. Okay, so what is heat transfer? Okay, so heat transfer is, I think maybe some of you know about it, is a thermal energy transfer, okay, between bodies or through a body, okay, which happen when there is a difference in temperature between two bodies. So we have three modes of heat transfer: conduction, radiation, and convection. But for my area is convection. So if we can see here, convection is a process involved when the energy, is transferred from a surface to a fluid. So that's why we have surface and also we have a fluid. Okay, it's due to temperature difference between the surface and also the fluid. Okay, so convection we can classify as two basic process. It can be natural or it can be forced. Okay, so if free convection ni is happen natural, okay, it's involve the buoyancy forces or we call it gravity. Okay, so gravity can be buoyancy forces may act in different force. Example, gravity lah. Okay, gravitational field. Okay, how about force? Okay, force is depend on the external agent. Okay, kalau free is depend on the gravity, but force we include or we inject the external agent. Okay, fan, pump, blower, nozzle, and etc. But if involve free and force, so we call it mixed convection. It also can happen lah. Okay, so this one the fluid, okay, that we can consider. Okay, the basic fluid we call it viscous fluid lah. Okay, viscous fluid is can be Newtonian and also it can be non-Newtonian. Okay. The other one, it also can we also can consider porous. Okay, so porous ni biasanya we have another solid. Okay, in our fluid. Okay, fluid can be liquid or gas. Okay, so it can be sand, wood, lipospheres, or crushed limestone. And there are a lot of examples of porous media. Okay, and nanofluid. This one, nanofluid means that we include the particle, nanometer size particle in our base fluid. Okay, base fluid can be also water and it also can be gas. Okay, so if we can see here the application of nanofluids ni in medical, okay, optics, coating, ceramic, drug delivery, propulsion, and also electronic. Okay, the other one is magnetohydrodynamics. Okay, so magnetohydrodynamic actually is involved magnetic and also liquid. If we can see here, magneto refer magnetic field. So means that we induce the magnetic field in our liquid. And also if involves some movement. Okay, so the example of application is aerospace and also electric generation. Okay, this one, okay, actually this one is the new one lah, okay, for me, because during the PhD I'm not involved in the bioconvection, but bioconvection means that we add the microorganism in our base fluid. Okay, so if we can see here the application, it can be engineering and biotechnological application. Okay, such in design biocell, bioconjugate, and mass transfer enhancement of nano or microfluids. Okay, nowadays we also can try ferrofluid. Ferro means that we include magnetic field in the nanofluid. So actually it's quite new lah for me. Okay, the other one is can be also hybrid nanofluid. Okay, so there are a lot of fluid we can consider in this area. Okay, so if the governing equation, okay, that we try to solve, okay, to get what we want, okay, actually we want to solve for the heat transfer rate. Okay, we want to see what happened, okay, to the heat transfer rate if we add or if we modify our base fluid, if we modify the physical geometry. Okay, so first it involves the continuity equation. Okay, momentum, this one we take it from the Navier-Stokes equation and also energy equation. Okay, these three basic equation, but it can be more than three. Okay, because if let's say I add the magnetic field, okay, we have the magnetic equation. Or let's say if I add the nano fluid, then we have another equation that we need to consider. But the three basic equation is continuity, momentum, and also energy equation. So how I get the solution that I seek, okay, First, the governing equation, okay, we derive based on the boundary layer theory. Okay, so we have a lot of assumption lah based on the boundary layer theory, okay, with a certain boundary condition. And then the second, okay, from the governing in PDE, okay, we in dimensional, so we try to non-dimensionalize, okay, and using boundary layer approximation, okay. So after we non-dimensionalize from PDE, okay, we use the similarity transformation, okay, to reduce from PDE to ODE, and then we solve the ODE, okay, the equation, okay. During my PhD, I'm use the Keller box and also shooting method. And the last one, okay, we try to analyze the numerical result that we get. Okay, also in term of graph lah, okay, or in term of number. Okay, so actually this one the related problem that I solved during my PhD. Okay, the first one, okay, the mixed convection boundary layer, but considering the vertical melting, okay, but in porous medium. Okay, and the second one, stagnation point flow, still the boundary layer flow, but we consider at the stagnation point, okay, over a permeable, okay, our physical geometry is shrinking sheet, okay, but the boundary condition that we consider is the suction case, okay, and the next one here is the also stagnation, but we consider non-linear shrinking sheet with slip effect. Okay, and the next one here is mixed convection. Okay, still the boundary layer flow at lower stagnation point, but now our physical is sphere. Okay, embedded in a porous medium. We consider the boundary condition here. We put a constant heat flux case. Okay, and this one, we consider the boundary condition heat source or sink. Okay, actually this one is varies based on the boundary condition and also the physical geometry that we want to consider. And this one is about the magneto hydrodynamics, okay, over a stretching or shrinking sheet, but this one in nanofluid, okay, with heat absorption and also convective boundary condition. So actually, in my area, we can consider in a lot of boundary condition, okay, varies of boundary condition or varies of the geometrical physical or varies on our fluid. So actually it can be widespread to a very, we call it the area is quite big lah, okay, for this interest, okay. But for me, I'm focusing to find the dual solution, okay. So that's why I try to select the certain ODE that can give me dual solution. Sometimes we only can get only one solution, but sometimes also we can get the multiple solution, okay. So so based on the my research study, so we can actually further or continue our research, okay, in the other area, okay. I'm basically solve for 2D, but maybe we can also try to solve for 3D, okay. Okay, you can see here we have also Ekhsan fluid, okay, over sphere, stretching or shrinking sheet, vertical flat surfaces in the present of heat generation or absorption, okay, suction or blowing, and also Newtonian heating. Okay, the second one, okay, we also can consider a steady or unsteady. Okay, for my PhD, I'm also considering for the steady case only, but we can also try to study on the unsteady case. Okay, it can be also, let's say, convective boundary layer flow of MHD jet-free fluid. We also have another fluid here, jet-free fluid. Okay, over or we can also consider many physical geometry, okay, and also in the present of, let's say here, transverse magnetic field, viscous dissipation, and also ohmic heating. This one also we can consider okay, different physical, let's say here, vertical and horizontal flat surface. Okay, actually flat surface, but we can consider also vertical or horizontal. Okay, in a Darcian or non-Darcian porous medium, okay, with melting, dispersion, and also Sorel effect. Okay, the fourth one, okay, we also can consider unsteady or steady, okay, convective boundary layer flow. Okay, in various type of fluid. Okay, example, ferrofluid, power law fluid, and other non-Newtonian fluid. Okay, over a different type of boundary condition. Okay, so that's all I think from me. Okay, thank you.
Okay, terima kasih kepada Dr. Nur Fatihah Fauzi di atas perkongsian yang disampaikan tadi. Okay, semoga kita semua mendapat manfaat daripada sesi perkongsian ini. Okay, siapa yang belum isi attendance boleh klik link di ruangan chat yang disediakan. Okay, so sekali lagi terima kasih kepada kedua-dua speaker kita iaitu Prof Nadia, Dr. Razif dan juga Dr. Nur Fatihah. So sampai di sini saja webinar kita pada hari ini. So jumpa lagi di lain masa. Okay, Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay, terima kasih kepada semua.
Yes, thank you very much Hawa, Puan Hawa, Dr. Razif dengan Dr. Nur Fatihah for supporting the iExpert session. Thank you very much for all the ilmu dan support. Thank you very much, and all the participants. Thank you very much.